Hi Intrepid English learners, I hope you're having a great day. In today's blog post, I'm going to talk about the basic elements of English word formation. Before we start, there are a few linguistic terms that I need to clarify. The main English word classes. A word class is the category of a word, such as noun, verb, adjective, adverb, etc. Verbs. Verbs show an action, such as work, dance, write, sing or drive, or a state, such as live, love, remember, hate or regret. Nouns. Nouns are things, people, places, animals, etc. Proper nouns have capital letters at the beginning. London, German, the United States, for example. Adjectives. Adjectives modify or describe nouns. Some common adjectives include purple, large, luxurious, happy, wide, expensive. Adverbs. Adverbs modify or describe verbs, adjectives and other adverbs. They often end in ly, but not always. For example, loudly, nicely, luckily, fast, thoroughly. As an English learner, you will know that it's important to use the correct word classes in your English sentences. There are many more word classes than the ones I have listed above, but you need to have a basic knowledge of nouns, verbs, adjectives and adverbs to understand this blog post and podcast about word formation. In addition to word classes, we're going to be talking about word forms today. Word forms are parts of words, not complete words, that tell us information, such as prefixes and suffixes. Prefixes are partial words that can be added to the beginning of a stem word to add information. For instance, the prefix re means again and can be added to the word play to make replay or to play again. Suffixes are partial words that can be added to the end of a stem word to add information. One common suffix is shun or tion, which can turn a word into a noun. If you add shun to the verb demonstrate, you will get demonstration. Here are some of the most common prefixes and suffixes in English and what information they add to a word. To download this cheat sheet, go to the blog post Word Formation and download by right-clicking on the image. Forming words. Now that we have the basic building blocks of English words, we can start to explore some examples. Let's say your car has been out in the freezing weather all night. The frost has turned your windscreen into a block of ice. We don't want a frosty windscreen, we want the opposite of that. So, which prefix do we need to add to the noun frost if we want the opposite of frost? That's right, D. D plus frost equals defrost. Not only does that little prefix D tell us that we want to remove the frost, but it also turns our noun frost into the verb defrost. Isn't that clever? Let's try another one. Imagine you're at a networking event, meeting some new business contacts. You might hear people use the job titles investor, photographer, and recruiter. Well, you know that the suffixes er, and or are added to the stem word to show someone's role or job. You've just met someone who invests, someone who photographs, and someone who recruits for a living. Now you can make small talk with your new contacts with confidence. When you're learning new vocabulary, these prefixes and suffixes can give you clues about a word's meaning. For example, now that you know that the prefix D describes the opposite of something, next time you're watching the news and you hear the word de-escalation, you can understand that the newsreader is describing the opposite of an escalation. Right, now it's your turn to practice what you've learned. You can leave your answers below the blog post. Exercises. Fill in the gaps in these sentences with the correct form of the words that I mention. Number 1. The word is polite. The taxi driver ignored me all the way home. That's so... Number 2. The word is secure. I used to be so shy when I was 15. Most teenagers are. Number 3. The word is home. He lived on the streets for several years before he found a place in a shelter. Number 4. The word is honest. You can't avoid paying taxes. It's completely... Number 5. The word is connect. Make sure the hairdryer is before you fix the switch, or you could be electrocuted. Number 6. The word is literacy. Charities like the Malala Fund are working hard to reduce female in the poorest countries. Were you able to recognise which words you should add a prefix or suffix to? One of them should even have a prefix and a suffix. If you have any questions or you'd like to give your answers to these exercises, go over to the blog on the Intrepid English website, intrepidenglish.co.uk. This is the first of the series of word formation blog posts. If you've learned any new words from this blog post and podcast, please remember to include them on your Excel in English sheet. If you haven't yet signed up, go over to the Intrepid English website. On our homepage, you can find a place to sign up for the Excel in English 2022 challenge. Every week this year, we're encouraging our students to record 3 new words, 2 new collocations or phrasal verbs, 1 new idiom, and any grammar points you've learned that week. By the end of 2022, you will be more fluent in English, you will have a larger vocabulary, and you will have practiced with a supportive community of English learners and teachers. From everyone at Intrepid English, have a wonderful day.